Ever wondered what's really behind the headlines? Or why certain theories just won't go away? Dive into the world of the No Name Podcast, your go-to podcast for unraveling the mysteries of conspiracies, politics, and everyday life. Each week, we blend our opinions, analysis, with some storytelling to uncover the hidden layers of our world. From the latest political intrigue to the most fascinating conspiracy theories, we bring you a balanced dose of skepticism and insight. Whether you're a seasoned critical thinker or just curious about the whispers that swirl around us, we offer a space where your questions are welcome and your mind can wander free. Tune in, spark your curiosity, and let's embark on this journey of discovery together. The No Name Podcast, where every episode is a new chance to think critically and see the world through a different lens. Don't miss out. Like, share, and subscribe today and join the conversation.
Hey, this is Jeremy coming to you from the No Name Podcast.
What's up, everybody? It's Dustin.
It's your boy Trey, as always.
There's just some weird stuff happening around here. It's just like, now he's got a sponsorship with his Mott's or Oreos right now. I don't even know. Golly. Oh, Chips Ahoy.
The Ahoy
was that Nabisco?
Nabisco.
Yabisco.
Yabisco.
Oh, watch it. Hey, we might mess around and get a sponsor for
I
that.
remember last week when he said, is that just your phone?
Hey,
I listened to that twice because it was so funny. It's
Your
like,
phone.
your phone.
I'm going to put that on the shirt. Everything is Joe before it. Your phone,
Did you
your
hear
Chips
what-
Ahoy.
Yabisco. Drop that one
Yabisco.
again. That was so good. Let's
There we go.
hang on. Ready, set, go.
Something about his Dustin.
Golly. I even lowered it down for you and everything to throw a Yabisco.
Oh,
out there.
Yabisco.
Hang on.
Yabisco.
It wasn't as good as the first time. It wasn't as good.
I almost like you cussing, but you catch yourself right at the end. You should try that at work. Say, hey, your Bisco? Like, wait, what?
Yabisco.
Golly.
What are you calling me?
This is not my fault. I just want to throw that out there.
a little bit.
Your phone.
Your phone not allowed on my Wi-Fi. Oh my gosh.
All right, let me get us kicked off.
Wow.
But Jeremy make us go all left again.
It's too much. This wasn't
All
my
right.
fault.
So, there's a lot of crazy sugar honey iced tea happening in our great country that we all beloved so much. And it got me thinking the other day as I'm seeing they're rewriting history right before our eyes. I'm seeing, the stock market guys go up and down, but it's now it's back down again.
Yeah.
Talking about that, and sometimes all the firings and all that stuff. And I don't want to go too political. Why y'all laughing? That is actually happening, people.
He's just like with this Oreo. I'm glad it's on camera.
Oh,
You
this-
don't have to go back on
this-
him with the Oreo. It's
did
just
he stuff the whole thing in his mouth?
No.
Was that a double stuff? Are you okay? All right. Oh, you can't say
He's
much.
having a moment with the Oreo or something. I
He's
don't
loving
know.
it.
He's loving it.
Okay.
It was just like
Sometimes
it caught me off guard.
sometimes
You ever
Oreos
seen that
taste
show where
good.
the guy's like eating the sandwich and he loves it so much he's like
Taking-
kissing it,
yeah.
blowing it. He's like
That's what he was doing.
like literally.
Did they catch it on camera?
It
Ooh, I'm gonna go
felt
back
like
and watch
that.
it.
He wasn't actually doing that, but that's what it felt like to me. Like,
Okay.
it's-
I can.
I was trying
even know
to
where
chew the cookie in the microphone.
Oh, so we can hear it.
Right.
Oh, like that. Like those
Sounds
people.
like-
Those people on TikTok.
it looked like
slow.
he was.
The people on TikTok. They make the eating noises.
Oh god, that
Okay.
sounds terrible.
All right. So, with all the craziness we have going in the world, and your boy,
My boy.
the Pope is. Did y'all hear about him? It's a lot of crazy stuff happening,
About how he was sick and
and they was about to die.
I'm telling you, it's because he's messing with the portals, man.
See, all right. That being said, the question that I pose for you, America 5 years, where are we at? And not politically. Even if you go there, that's where you go. But I'm talking more so conspiracy theory, New World Order is here. I'm thinking, are we in no longer a republic? Are we in some not new? Or watch this. Are we getting attacked? Are we in a full out war to save ourselves? You're like, what do y'all see? Or, is it just fear mongering and we should all low level human beings be okay?
Have you made any progress on Paradise since last time you were here?
No.
golly, you got to finish this.
No, I'm gonna catch you. I'm gonna catch you.
You need to, because literally,
Well, I don't care about ruining episodes because I'm a visual. So tell me what got you. Because for people who know, it's a show that I put Jeremy on. I didn't know he was gonna beat me watching it.
since you're the binge watcher too. Like that's like one of your things.
I need to stop binge watching at 10 o'clock when I go wake up at 4 a.m. So that's a problem.
That's fair.
But it's a show, and initially when you watch the show, I thought the show would be about just different conspiracies because they frame it like that. Like the president allowed his Secret Service guy to get all these secrets to conspiracy theories, and I thought it would be a show of him, like us going back in time with his mind as he discovers new conspiracy theories. What I didn't know is that the show has nothing to do with none of the old school conspiracy, but it's introducing for people like ourselves this new age conspiracy where something happens to America and these people have to go. I guess it kind of fits with what we're going on today.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Underground. So give us where you at, because I'm on episode 3, and on episode 3 we just kind of just something happens in the show that's really critical, and we're on a journey of him trying to start that journey that you have already seen. So where are you at? Explain without going into too much detail, but give us the overview.
So basically, when the show first started out, I thought it was just a world for just the regular world still existed outside, but this was their own paradise, for the elites or whoever, because it seems very elitist, right? So what you start to learn as the show goes on, spoiler alert, is that it's basically a bunker because something happened on the mainland. And you said you don't care about spoiler alerts. What's happening is Antarctica is falling apart and it's causing tidal waves. Yeah, so it gets pretty intense from that end. There's just like a few different things that you're like, oh, wow, like this is what we talk about. So when you're talking about how it kind of opens up new conspiracies, yeah, it's like, it's pretty interesting. But what you're starting to learn is only the elites could get in to this bunker. So it was still basically a place for elites, but it was, more of like because all the common folk died kind of deal. So it kind of gives you a little bit of the vibe of like Last Man on Earth. Did you ever watch that show?
Mm-mm.
So, something happens. There's like, I don't know, 40 people left and they're trying to find each other. So it kind of gives you those kind of vibes a little bit.
So as a person who doesn't believe in global warming, when you watch the show, does it make you think like that can be a possible end for America or just people in general?
Well, it's not happening because of global warming, or at least it hasn't said that yet.
So why do they haven't said why Antarctica is melting?
I think they did, but I may have missed it.
Oh,
I don't. It's possible.
Thank you.
Because I was just like, in
stunned,
eyes wide open mode. I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. Because the way the show kind of twists and turns, you see it coming, but you just don't see what's coming.
Right, it does.
Fully, which is interesting.
It is so good.
Because you could see it coming and you're thinking, predictable.
Because they do flashbacks.
But then, yeah.
And it kind of gives you insight to what's going on, too. You will love it. Dustin, you will absolutely love it. If you like,
it fits into the whole, they give you bits and pieces of the truth type thing in movies and in shows.
Yeah,
that
a
we
little
were talking about.
Well,
I could definitely see where they're giving you just little bits and pieces of truth, trying to get you to see kind of the whole shebang.
I mean, if you have an idea that like these rich people will, it wasn't a movie. 2020, I think in 2020. Remember in 2020 they had the art.
2012, right?
2012. That's a 2020. In 2012 was it 2012?
You talking about with the blizzard that comes in or whatever?
With Kuzak?
Is that the one with the blizzard?
No, that's day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow.
No, 2020 was with John Cusack.
Oh, maybe, I don't know.
Cusack, whatever, how you say his last name. I think it's Cusack.
Cusack.
Yeah. So in that movie, remember the Earth, the land starts falling apart, and they have to get to Africa.
Take off on the plane.
Yeah, and Africa's like the only continent that rises up, and then come to find out, they had a project. The government had a project called Noah's Ark, where they was building these massive arcs for people to survive in to get to Africa or see what country.
Right.
So like once again, to your point, They're kind of showing us that the only people that can potentially survive, and then you hear, I kid you not, man, I may have to do a detox from the internet for a while, but this guy, or for at least Instagram, this guy said this legitimately. He said this, and when we see shows like this and movies like that, it makes me think that this is really happening beneath us. This guy literally said that the only people that should run the world are the people who are in the 1%. He said that if you have not been to MIT, Harvard, and he started listing like these really high schools, or you're not brilliant and go to one of these schools, that you shouldn't have he said you shouldn't have a say-so in anything because you're not smart enough to. And I'm thinking, just because I don't go to that school don't mean I'm not, like, me, I consider myself more of a naturalist strategist, right? I don't think it's some bad A dudes that may not be as smart as Elon Musk, but would take him down in a heartbeat. You know what I mean?
Did you have quotes going?
Yeah, I think he's smart.
Oh man.
And when I say that is, for instance, you can be smart at certain things. Like if you go, like, if you, I think you say you work with, like, refrigerator and something like that. I don't know how to fix none of that because it's in your field. You're smart at that. You're smarter than me. Just like if you came into my field, you won't be you won't be smarter than me in that, right? It's some people that are good at that thing. That's their focus, and I like saying like that. That's their focus. It does scare me though when I hear people talk like that, and I see these movies like in Paradise. To your point, Dustin, where they may be scouting already for where they want to be, or building already where they want to be, and then they're going to cause, to your point, cause the catastrophe of the world where us regular folks can't survive. What you think? What y'all think?
Yeah, because I think in their mind is same thing they've thought before is, well, the world needs ditch diggers. You know what I mean? Like, it means we're beneath them. If we're not as smart as they are, then what good are we?
Do you know if there is a statistic? I tried Googling it, but maybe I'm not good at that right on my phone. So anyway, do you know if there's a percentage of how many people that are in the top 1% that you were talking about are schooled or have completed college? I just wonder, like, if we're gonna take the top 1% because
of America or the world, what you want?
Whatever's available. I don't know if it matters because I think when you're talking about certain things like we saw on that show or have seen, like even with the 2020 show or whatever that was that you're talking about, where they were getting in the big metal arc thing that's like floating around like a Goodyear blimp. But when you start thinking about, are we putting them in there because they're schooled or are we putting them in there because they have money? You know, what's the difference? Because anybody can buy their way into anything with something, figuring it out. It's just a matter of figuring it out. But going to school, a lot of times, especially in our current education days, it's that's almost more work.
I mean, I look at it too. When I said a minute ago that they look at it that way, I don't think that they would really do that, because if you're only going to have the population be all the smart people aren't going to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you wouldn't have a world of just elite brains, because they're not going to get their hands dirty to do anything that they want the other people to do.
This is not, to your point, this is not a good statistic. Since 2001, since 2001, this is what I can find as quickly as you asked me to do this. Out of America, that's easier to look up. Because, a Saudi Arabia person might not have a degree, just got oil money, right? 23% of Americans have a bachelor's degree.
Oh, wow.
That's not a lot of people.
No, not at all.
It gets better. 14% has a master's degree or higher.
Wow.
So that is no way that top 1%.
They got the doctorate in there too?
Yeah, well, they said higher than that includes both. It says 14% has completed advanced degrees such as a master's, professional degree, or doctoral degree. That's all of those combined.
So your doctors, your lawyers, and
weird folks like myself that love school.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
I didn't even, and I guarantee you, like if I was to break this down by race and all that, these numbers would get crazy on us real quick. Because I think I saw something, I read something not too long ago, where they were saying like I think out of all the master degrees, black women like have like 60% of them.
Oh wow.
It's a crazy high number. I'm like, black women out there be smart as crap.
Just be out there trying to be independent.
Right.
You know?
It's a really dumb high number, and they don't like it. But, you know, they got to get that money, man. Go ahead, black women, do your
That's
thing.
right. Go do it.
Yeah.
But so do you think like out of that 18%, how many of them you think are 1%ers?
14%.
14%. How many do you think are 1%ers?
To be honest, none.
Because if you think about it, a lot of
You get rich by that.
politicians have their have the lawyer degree.
Yeah, but they're
lot
not.
of
But they
politicians.
would. Most politicians are not in the top 1%. Top 1% is like would have to be like more than 500 million, right?
I don't even know, but I'm
Let's look. I don't
pretty
know.
sure the 1%er ends with a politician salary, which is millions. So
Okay, first of all, y'all politicians are not making millions based off their salary.
not off their salary, but off of their insider trading. Absolutely. That's the biggest conspiracy of all, is that we allow that as a
Look at
country.
you on your phone.
Okay.
It's an iPad. It's your iPad.
This is crazy.
Your iPad.
This
Your
is-
iPad.
This is crazy. Okay. This is crazy. Bro, this is crazy. How much money do you need to be in top 1% to be considered a part of 1%?
10 million.
10 million.
I would have said, if I didn't cheat and get the answer, I would have said about 10 million as well. All you need is 800,000.
Wow.
See, now that tracks with what I was thinking, but I thought a lot more people had 10 million than just 1%.
So that
That's the
goes to
truth.
show how slim that $1 billion range really is. Then
Yeah, absolutely.
you see what I'm saying? There's 1%, but that's our upper echelons to the 1%.
So you're saying that all politicians are 1%ers then?
Now you said you have to have that Rockefeller money.
To be so okay, think about it. If I'm 800,000 here, right? I don't have no power really. I'm just in the top 1%. I'm making money. I have figured out how to get more than likely multiple.
And that's
streams of
probably
income.
just considering your assets, which most people are in the 1% now. Because
Right.
I mean, you take a house that used to be worth 300,000, that joker's worth
This number may have got bumped up.
8 to $1 million. What is that number from? Is that still the one from 2001?
No, this is as recent as 2025.
Golly, either that's cap.
I'm digging
Or
in. I'm digging in.
It's
I'm
cap.
digging in.
That's got to be cap. There's
This
no
is,
way.
This is from your news station.
I mean, I know more than 1% of the people
CNN.
I know have
No,
more
news
than
station.
800,000.
This new news station. That's a new news channel.
Look, there's way more than 1% of people I know that have more than 800,000, and I don't have what I consider rich friends. So,
But yep, the Smart Asset Studies found it takes 787,000 to be in the top 1% of earners. So they round that up to 800,000. This report was based on the 2021 IRS tax data. So it might have changed.
oh, so
a
that's
little bit.
considered income. So
Yeah.
800,000 a year.
Yeah, income.
That's still pretty large.
Income.
That is larger than politicians show they should have. So,
Can't
That's
stand
making
Chuck Schumer. I just want to
66,000.
get that out there.
Me either right now. Yeah, that's making 66,000 a month.
it's crazy.
What do you do to make $66,000 a month?
I don't know. I wish I could.
I mean, that would be a doctor.
But man, these people are not working hard as a doctor.
Who?
I don't believe the top 1% works that hard.
I mean,
Just
if you
don't-
consider the 1% somebody that's making 800,000 a year or 758,000 a year,
Okay.
that's not that much when you're
I'm
talking,
talking
about
about the
these
upper-
higher paid.
I'm
people.
talking about
He's talking
Epic.
about the Rockefellers.
Yeah, the Rockefellers was not working so hard.
Okay, I'll give you
talking
that,
about-
but I'm talking about 1%
EM.
like that says.
I'm talking about EM. I'm talking
Yeah,
about
he's so smart.
We're talking about
Uh,
the true 1%ers.
He's really smart.
The true 1%ers, and they make everybody else think that those people are in the 1% too, and they're
Right.
not.
they're not.
Great businessman.
Really, we need to say the 0.5%.
Yeah.
0.5%.
Rockefellers.
Because those are the people that's
You
controlling
might
the
need
world.
to go lower than that, Trey.
Yeah.
0.5. I mean,
Let me see.
you may have to go with like a tenth. I don't- A tenth of a
teeth.
a tenth of a percent. I mean, that's
There he is.
To actually
on your
get-
iPad again.
I'm googling, buddy.
he's getting the answers. I
I
got my
know
iPad
that.
here, but I forgot to charge it.
Your iPad.
Yeah, iPad is a little dead. I did just notice.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
To be considered to be, and this is straight from AI, so we can trust it a little bit more. To
Grok.
be it. Okay, here we go. AI is giving me some updated data. Here we go. From more recent. To be considered now, not 2021. That's too long ago. To be considered in the top 1%, a household must net worth roughly $13.7 million. That sounds more accurate.
That sounds
Well,
more
okay.
accurate. Yeah.
All right. To be in the top 0.5%, when it says potentially your net worth has to excel. Let me see. I don't like this number because how does it go down? Well, it says 11.6 million, but that can't be right. Oh, okay. I see. It's thinking. I said, yeah. Okay, it's thinking I said something different. That's still a lot of money though.
So to be in the top 0.75%,
I don't even. It's
It
not
was-
gonna. It's not. It doesn't. It won't give me those because it's gonna automatic compute.
I'm going to call cap on that.
I think 13. I think.
If 1% is considered 800,000, okay, there's no way that to get half of that, you're hitting 10, 11 million.
Hold on, real quick.
I don't believe that. I mean, what do you think, Dustin?
I'm not good at math, Jeremy.
Oh, my. Okay. Watch this though. 800 individuals collectively are worth 1/5 of the entire American GDP. 800 people are worth the 1/5 of our whole American GDP. When people don't know what that stand for, that's like how much money we make as a country, where our consumerism is. It shows what the money is doing, how people are spending, what people are worth in our country. That's a huge number. That if that number goes up and down, that tells whether we're going in a recession or what direction we're going. During COVID, I gave you an idea. It went up 2 to 3%. We knew we had a problem because we couldn't sustain it. I.e., recession comes because it came back down to reality when
Right.
people's cars and stuff was getting towed because they're buying scat cats and all that.
Does it tell you who those people are?
I got a list of the top 10.
Go
Jeff
for
Jeff Bezos.
it.
Number one is not Jeff Bezos.
No, I didn't say
It's
I didn't say I was going in.
Oh, you just name 'em?
I wasn't going to go in order.
He's
Jeff
just naming
Bezos.
himself.
Number 3, right?
He's number 2.
He's number 2?
Bezos is 2.
Okay, so then that would leave Bill Gates number 3.
Nope.
No, okay, hang on. Meta dude, what's his name? Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg is number 3.
Okay, and then Bill Gates.
Nope.
Oh my gosh, who is number 4?
Larry Ellison.
Okay. I know Spooky Dude's in there.
Cool.
The guy that just bought all the radio stations. I can't stand that guy. George Soros.
Nope. Number 5 is
No, he's on the list. Isn't
Okay,
he?
I'm gonna
The
see,
top
let's see.
10.
what's his name again?
Dang it! I just
Nope.
said it.
No, he's not on there at all.
What was his name?
The conspiracy theory dude. No, he's not on there.
Conspiracy theory dude.
Actually, I call him George.
George Soros.
He's not on here.
Oh, okay.
I call him conspiracy theory because every time something happens, they blame him.
Oh, he's to blame for a lot.
See, it's
Warren Buffett,
Warren Buffett's number 5.
number 5. Okay, number 6. I don't know.
GMO guy. Virus guy.
I mean-
Science guy.
Gates.
Yep. Bill Gates.
I can't believe he
He's
fell that
number-
low.
He's number 6.
He's number 6. Number 7 owns the Clippers. Part of Microsoft as well.
I don't know that guy's
Steve
name.
Ballmer.
Oh, okay.
I don't know these people.
Steve
Yeah.
Ballmer. He's always on the front row of the Clippers, and he's always like having an aneurysm. He's like, oh, they do something good. It's pretty cool. He seems pretty cool, and he does a lot of stuff for the community and for Black folks. It's pretty cool,
That is cool.
and Hispanic folks like that. Poor people, he do a lot of stuff for. This guy named Larry Page. Sergey Brin. Sergey.
Sergey.
No, it's not. It's Sergey. Is that Sergey?
I don't know. It doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
I don't even know who he is.
He invented Google. with Larry.
Oh.
He invented Google with Larry Page.
Larry Page, yeah.
Okay, and then Jensen Huang is a Asian person. He also, whatever brand is, it seemed to be doing a lot of what's the computer software? NIVIDIA.
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA. I'm about to stumble over it. Yeah, and they are worth 1/5. Well, them 800, like some other people, but that's a lot of money. I was about to add up how much they're worth. Out the gate, I'll give you their numbers really quickly, starting from 10 up: 112 billion, 110 billion, 114 billion, 120 billion, 130 billion, 133 billion, 140 billion, 180 billion, 195 billion, 200 billion, and Elon has went up because we know more than that. This is
He's
absurd.
number one.
Huh?
He's number one.
Yeah, Elon. Yeah. It's still people stuff.
I hear he's number one.
Get the number one brain too.
You could. Hey, everybody's
I'm
tied.
just kidding. man.
Everybody's tied to their own opinion.
I'm just kidding, dude. I'm just kidding.
If this podcast takes off, and he comes in, offers money, and is now because the worth of it is like they say we get it to $10 billion, something crazy high, and he comes and buy it from us. He's not a genius for starting a podcast. We are.
I'll give him all the credit.
I surely
for $10
would.
billion. He can have all the credit. He can even take this wonderful board I just
I'll be
did the
holding
firmware.
out, buddy.
No, you will not. You'll be outvoted. Remember, when it's three of, I could get. I know
You got
Dustin's not
2/3.
taking away.
I'm like
You got
y'all selling
2/3.
out.
We'll just sell our 2/3 to him, and then you can be partners with him.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
you got me partners with it.
I'll
You know,
have
it'd take
sell
off to more than 10 billion at that point. I'd buy it from you.
He's gonna sit down and he's gonna say, "I own the majority of the company." So I'm actually. He's like, "You're now my employee."
No, he'll get rid of me immediately. He doesn't.
No, he would do it just to piss you
He
off.
doesn't
He's
like
gonna say,
black
"I'm gonna
people.
sit down right here. I'm gonna make you do this podcast with me, and you're gonna look me right in the eyes."
He
the
doesn't
entire
like
time you're
minorities. He would fire me.
He's doing it.
And he would tweet it.
Isn't he a minority himself?
He's not. He's white.
Oh,
And he's kind of like, I hate to say this in the way I'm about to say it because it may offend folks. Kind of like the worst type of white.
hey. I'm offended.
You shouldn't be, because you're not. You're not. Oh, y'all common folks. He's rich white, rich racist white. That's way worse.
He says the word I'm not allowed to say.
What? An N-word?
No.
What?
Damn.
I think you mean ya boy.
Yeah.
He says that?
No, I'm just saying.
He
You
could
said
probably
he's the
get away
worst
with it,
type
yeah.
of rich white guy.
He probably says the N-word.
I don't know.
I
I'm
guarantee
staying
he
away
does.
from all this.
He's from South Africa, and he's champion apartheid.
What?
Oh my gosh! When do y'all watch the news?
I don't like
So
the news.
so if you ever get a chance to do any South African, first of all, study apartheid, study what actually happened, and then so what they're doing is they're rewriting the land they took from black folks or Africans. Excuse me, not black folks, Africans, and they're saying like they're divvying up some of that. So like let's say for instance, some of these white people who I guess in apartheid, I don't know the nature of it in detail, but let's say you have 500 acres. They'll say, hey, we're taking 250 from you so that we can spread out the wealth a little bit. Not giving it to one black person. They're giving it to a group. Like, say, we can build homes for these people so they won't have to live in, like, the slums or these tight communities. Those people are saying they're being persecuted because not instead of having, 500 acres, they only get 250.
Oh,
And the only reason
Poor
I know
man.
that is because I dug deeper. Because, like, is this true? Because, like, I don't know what's happening. That is true. And this white African guy, and he is, like, the coolest guy I've ever seen. Like, bro, he's like, man, he got his little, it sounds,
we're not talking about
Elon, no.
Okay.
This is a real South African, still in South African. Okay, South Africa. And he's talking, and he's cool. Like, I mean, he got a swag to him. You can tell he got money. You know what I mean? Like, you can tell. He's like, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm like, he's on something. But he got his like Jameson or something in his glass. He said, you see my life? And then he shows his house. Massive.
Oh, wow.
And he's like, I don't know why everybody's complaining. Yeah, they corrected some things that are wrong, but I mean, I'm still doing better than most. And he's showing his stuff, and you're like, bro, even if they took whatever they say they took, you still doing great. And he pretty much was showing like they making things right. So everybody relax, because you're not gonna lose you still good. And to me, that has been the issue. To get back a little bit on topic, that's the scary part to me about the top 1% in these silos or these movies that's hint to they're making these safety zones, or a lot of people joke, oh, they want to go to Mars so they can make a planet for them. Like, yeah, they're. I think these people are looking for avenues to see, can they leave the poor folks behind? And the crazy part about this in my mind is, who made them rich? The poor folks.
Yeah.
Buying Microsoft, buying Teslas, buying stuff off of Amazon, which I me and you, well, they make money off us. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Buying, you know, I don't know what brand is, but software and stuff. Like we've made them rich.
Yeah.
Because we desire their product, they set a price, and we say, sure, we'll buy it.
Did it all by design.
A little bit with the help of the government.
Yeah.
Think about it. If we don't use computers, do we need Microsoft?
Nope.
The government kind of made computers, along with IBM, a thing. And the idea that Bill Gates always championed was, he said, I knew when computers became a thing and they was going to use them in the government, they needed a software to run. So I invested in the software. Simply, like Oprah said one time, she said, when I saw people going crazy for Nikes, I didn't buy Nikes. I bought the stock.
Yeah.
The stock has always been the problem. Because in traditional business sense, old school business, I make corn, I sell corn. That's how I get rich. Corn don't produce a crop, I'm broke that year.
Yep.
Simple money, simple economics. Now you're paying for the value of something, which means that thing really doesn't have value, but unless the value is prescribed to it. And these people now can borrow off of that value, and this is how they get rich. Because they're
Or go
scared.
broke.
Or if their stock crash, boy, you are in trouble.
Especially when these people are borrowing against their house and all this other stuff. Golly.
Think about it. Like, Elon doesn't have assets. You know what I mean? Like, he got a house, but, most of them don't.
Yeah, his assets are wrapped up in the stock.
Right. So he borrows money based off his stock.
His stock, yeah.
And as long as his stock keep coming up, the more he can borrow against, the more. Watch this. Now you can have the capital to do what? Buy Twitter.
Right.
Because he didn't pay cash for Twitter.
No, it's on credit.
It's on credit. You see what I'm saying? We can't do stuff like that. Even if you have amassed a lot of stuff.
I wish I could have bought Twitter.
Man,
would have been awesome.
I wish I would have come with a
Geartopia.
Exactly.
I wish I would have jumped in on Yahoo when I was a kid.
I wish I would have jumped in on Apple. I wish I would have jumped in on Bitcoin more than anything.
Boy, we had an opportunity in our generation. That was our, but nobody thought, we didn't understand it.
Didn't understand it at all. But
right.
golly, if I just put $100
down, $200 down, we'd have been a billionaire.
You'd never. No.
$200, you'd have been billion. I think one guy said he put $200 billion. He's not a billionaire, but he's like close to it, off of just $200 investment.
Yeah,
because it went crazy like that.
I'm not surprised because when I bought Shiba.
Mm-hmm.
All of us bought Shiba thinking we were going to get rich like Bitcoin, not knowing that if we just bought Bitcoin then, we'd still be rich now.
Right.
We
said no. But that's why they'll say a little bit is luck, a little bit is fudging, a little bit, to your point, is government assistance.
Yep.
Because if you have an in Congress and they're about to pass a law, you can shift your stocks.
That's how they all get rich.
Well, that's illegal, insider trading. But
it should be.
It is. Insider trading is illegal.
It should be.
It is.
It should be.
Why do you keep saying it? It is.
Because it's not getting prosecuted.
Why? Who's
because the people that could prosecute it are in the top 1%.
And they're in on it too.
And they're not going to go after their people.
Thank you. As long as I know how the system works, I'm fine. But
of course I know how the system works.
What are we doing?
Talking about?
But what are we supposed to do as a people if we're getting screwed 3 ways to Sunday and not getting paid?
Well, did you see 4, 5, 6 days ago that Elon was cooking with his new robot?
I missed that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you need to look it up. So he's debuting it at $5,000 for a robot that can cook better than a actual person chef.
$5,000, that's it?
$5,000. I'm like,
not buying it. Can't cook better.
I'll put it on credit.
Jeremy gonna be all.
I would never come to this house again. You buy Elon bot.
What?
Never doing it.
What if I make it wait outside?
Not doing it. I know. I don't want to buy me. I don't want it around me. No. Have you not seen iRobot?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you not seen Terminator?
Absolutely.
Have you not seen her?
Trey, we got 5 years, buddy.
No.
5 years and we're
Jeremy
taking
gets
over.
so ticked at me because I will pull the wires out.
Wow.
I can't just make it wait on the porch.
No.
What about in the woods?
I'll go to her and say, do you only
What
listen to
about-
him or you can listen to me too? Oh, I can listen to all humans. Go jump off a cliff, find one.
Go out and stand in the middle of the road.
Right. Which wire do I need to pull to make you dysfunctional?
What if I made it wait in the shed?
No, make him run a lap around the whole universe.
Well, then I wouldn't be able to have dinner that night.
Make it before I come.
Yeah, and then I could send it out for a walk.
A long walk around the universe. But I just say that that doesn't bother y'all a little bit though? Like these people control too much to the point where
Yes.
they can build an underground city and protect themselves and
Yeah.
leave us to die. That don't bother you?
It bothers me a lot because I think it ties up with the whole Antarctica theory too. And then when we were talking about in the last episode with the Black Pyramid,
Yeah.
like everything is set for the elites. The deck is always stacked for them. I mean, it just is what it is.
No, I don't like that answer. I don't like that. It is what it is. So like, oh man, there's nothing I can do.
There is nothing you can do except for become one.
Stop
and
buying
I'll
stuff.
try.
Stop buying stuff.
He sounds like doom and gloom.
Oh, Jeremy.
There's not anything you can do.
There's not. I mean, what are you going to do?
Well, that's exactly what I've been saying this entire time. And you're
Except for when you took over for the
New World Order.
when you took over for the New World Order, because yeah, there is nothing you can do to stop it. To
Yes.
quote you exactly,
exactly.
is.
in
Yeah,
5 years or less,
We're doing it now.
in 5
gonna
years or
be-
less, we're gonna be
No,
done.
man, people are doing it now.
People like me are gonna buy this cooking robot.
You don't have to. You can start being a part of the resistance now. That's what I'm saying. Elon, as great as he is, he may not be the number one richest person no more. Bezos now I can say his name. Bezos can't even, or may have overtaken him. You know why? It's because people stopped buying Tesla. They lost faith in it, and the stock did what? Dropped. So much so, your boy had to line up Tesla. You know, Donald Trump has never written in a Tesla. Didn't even look right. It's the strangest.
You're right.
look.
He's definitely more of a lucid kind of guy.
Not even. He's more of like a Cadillac guy.
Hey,
to
I'll
me.
take a sponsorship for Lucid.
I
just
will
for the
too.
record. Them
They
things-
can
them
give
jokers
us
look
3
nice.
A's. If you listen,
Golly.
we will love one. I will. Woo!
Yeah, God.
I will put that. Oh, it's 2 at my office.
So nice.
Oh man, they're so nice. Oh,
Golly.
sorry to get sidetracked.
I'm just saying.
Lucid Air.
Yeah.
Feel speed.
They can definitely come here for a. I'll take Rivian too.
I mean, it's
You're in my area.
$90,000 truck, man. I need it to be
I
function.
like
high function.
Rivians, though.
They look cool.
They look good.
If
Yeah.
it was for a sponsorship, Trey,
Oh,
we're taking it.
I mean, I don't care what if Rivian wanted to sponsor us, as you know, also owned by your boy Jeff Bezos, because he's into that too. He's into a lot of stuff, but he's busy.
I bet
But-
he is.
But I'm saying this to y'all: we can do something. People stop buying Teslas. People start trading their stocks, and it started to fall. And they had to literally. They tried to help him. Why are you shaking your head? They did
Because
do
it's
that.
never going to happen. People are not going to stop doing it. It's too
They
convenient.
did. He went
Too
from
convenient for
he
them.
went to $354 billion net worth to, and it dropped to like 200 and
yeah,
overnight.
You're talking about
That's
Elon?
crazy.
About
Yeah.
Elon? Yeah, I know that. I'm talking about just in general. You're saying people stop doing all this stuff. Stop buying this
Oh,
stuff. Stop doing.
I see.
They're not going to do it. It's too convenient.
Just like I'm going
Oh.
to go buy this robot.
You're-
I'm signing up.
Jeremy, you're not buying the robot.
Okay. Tell
You-
that to my kids who don't have a
It's going
swimming
to
pool.
be-
to do.
it's-
If you buy the robot, then you got to keep Alexa.
How do you?
Well, I mean, I don't know.
He's so
when I'm-
backwards.
I don't know when I'm going to be able to get the robot, so I'll still get rid of Alexa.
Look, he's so backwards. You don't think this robot will be watching you?
Oh, definitely. It has to.
The guy who doesn't like, who said he'll rather have his kids die than be
Whoa,
surveilled.
whoa.
Context.
Do you have to keep saying that?
You said that, and all of a sudden now you have taken. Don't hit the face.
Context.
Don't hit the face.
You are fake news.
That is not. I am telling the truth.
I should have gone with,
Oh my!
that's what I should have done.
Right?
What did he say? What did he say?
He said something about if it came down to it, he would.
Let me set the stage.
Yeah,
for
he
you.
would let the kid. He would
Let me
let
set the
him
stage.
and his family take anthrax.
No, not
Not that time.
stop.
Not,
You are fake news.
not that time.
Look, let me set the stage for you because that was like probably 60 episodes ago. Okay. Let me. Y'all
Change.
obviously don't.
Come on,
remember,
1%er.
Okay.
Come on, 1%er.
You obviously don't remember. All right. So we were talking about this guy that you had heard about that had come into contact with anthrax.
Mm-hmm.
He went to the grocery store, did his grocery shopping, and you said that the government wanted to get that surveillance footage so that they could start tracking down with facial recognition and all those things, all the people that this guy came into contact with. Not the guy himself, but the people that he came into contact with. What I said is that you can keep the fact that the government can use all this facial recognition stuff, because if I had come into contact with that guy, I'm okay with the consequences that happen, even if it's death. And then you said, well, what if you come into contact with your kids? Well, if I don't know that I'm in contact with the thing, nobody knows how it all happened. It just is what it is.
Then I followed up and asked, well, what if they followed you by the flock cameras to stop it from happening to your family? And then what did you say?
I said I would prefer to not. I don't want to give up.
You said it.
I don't want to give up.
And I said, over your kids. And you said, yes.
I just want to say that I have written my congressman about these stupid flock cameras, and I've yet to hear back. It's been like 2.5 weeks or 3 weeks.
They about to get rid
now.
of those. No, they're getting rid of the school bus
They're getting rid
cameras.
of the school cameras, which I'm great with. And I now want them to go after flock cameras, and we're on week 3 now.
They're
This
not
guy
gonna
not getting back to me.
They're not getting rid of the flock cameras.
This guy's not getting back to me.
I told him. I said I'm okay with them being at the front of neighborhoods, stuff like that. Like, you know, if those people want to sign up for it in their little HOA, I don't have to drive in there. What I do have to drive down is the highway.
They're never getting rid of flock cameras.
And that should not be. That's what I told him. I said that is a Fourth Amendment of invasion.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, because my vehicle is my domicile.
That's not why they got
My
the cameras
vehicle
to
is my
track you.
domicile. It would be the same thing with them having a camera parked out here looking in your house.
Jeremy, stop acting like you have rights. See, what like this is the craziest
I'm
thing.
not saying I have rights. I'm not saying I have rights, because obviously
You ain't got no rights.
they make
got
it
no rights.
they make it very clear you have no rights. I
You
get it.
You
but
barely got
Hey.
got your tools. You understand what I'm saying?
You're talking out of both sides of your mouth, Trey. 'cause
No.
You're telling me on one hand I should stop buying stuff so that I can support the movement.
Yes.
And on the other hand, you're telling me it's pointless.
No, I didn't say it was
It's pointless to write my congressman about these flock cameras because they're not going anywhere.
I don't think
Here
you should.
I am over here trying to make a difference for the people.
No, you're not.
People don't realize how invasive these things are.
They're not
The
invasive.
databases they're keeping on you, it is invasive.
Jeremy, you
Yes, it
have
is.
a database in your right to the left of you right now.
And this is only making it worse.
What you mean? Like your
Because
internet?
they're
and all that?
adding more pictures of your daily routine of where you're going.
You have an iPhone. You have computers. If it can be plugged up
It's
to the
my
internet,
choice to leave those at home
You sound
if
like
I
me.
want.
huh?
Sound like me.
It can track you.
It is my choice to leave them home
You
if I
fight.
want.
What I'm saying to you, you're fighting the wrong fight.
No, it's my choice to leave those at home. I can't choose to take the tag off of my car to drive down the road so I can't be tracked.
You can't. You can.
Okay.
You can.
When you're locked up.
Hey,
you know.
no. 'Cause you just have to prove that you have the tag.
It doesn't matter, though, because it is not my choice to have my car registered to me via that I own a red Honda Civic. Okay? Because here's the thing. Even if you don't have the tag attached to your car, they can still pull up a red Honda Civic that Jeremy owns. And then they'll pull it up and then they'll see, oh, there it is right there. And then they'll still have that based on, because the cameras not only read your tag number, they also read make, model of your car. And because of AI, they can pick all of that up and start making a database based on that.
You're fighting the wrong fight.
It's all the same fight,
It's
Trey.
not.
All the same fight.
Okay.
Dustin,
Okay.
what do you think on this? I
I
can
don't
go
know,
back
he
and
sounds
forth
like
with him.
me. He sounds like me over here. He's saying the exact same things I say all the time.
Hey, I'm 3-0 on you tonight.
No, you're not.
We're getting tracked all the
literally
time.
not.
We're getting tracked all the time.
So you don't think that it matters whether it's your choice to be tracked or not? You don't think that should matter?
If you don't have a choice,
It's not.
I'm not saying
You're
it
not
is
having a choice anyway.
Yes, you do.
how?
I'm saying you should have that choice.
They make you believe you have that. They tell you you
There
do.
you go,
You do
Dustin.
not.
There you go.
The law's fake.
No, I
The right
know.
is fake.
The right is not fake. The right is in the Constitution. What you're saying is right is the fact that, yeah, we can't stop it because it's happening. And that's what I'm saying is that if people don't stand up and say that's wrong and call somebody out on it, then nobody ever knows that it's wrong or is going to push back on the fact that it's wrong.
What I'm saying is they've made you believe that your voice matters and your voice has a chance. It does not.
They've made me believe that?
It doesn't.
Do you know who you're talking
They
to
made
right now?
everybody believe that.
Really?
They make everybody believe that.
Really?
Anybody that actually says, if I stand up and I say it, I'm fighting the fight, and it doesn't matter.
Trey believes that?
No, I do not.
I'm
You do
saying
too. You're saying we
anybody.
got to
I'm
stop
not-
buying
I'm not-
stuff.
I don't
That's
mean
not my-
you specifically.
Oh, you
I mean
me. You said
everybody. Everybody.
no.
Jeremy took that
Anybody
person.
and everybody that says,
no.
"Oh yes, I can." It's not gonna matter.
And what I'm
You
saying,
can try.
and I'm saying a softer version of what he's saying, whereas I think the only power you have is through the weakness of our money, which means they don't care if you write your Congress. That's like, but what they do care about is where you spend your money, because if I
Okay,
need,
well, I will not buy any more flock cameras as a taxpayer.
well, I don't know how you decide to do that.
Yeah, see? It doesn't work.
But no, because
I can't control where my money's going when it's going to surveil me, Trey.
And that's why I'm saying you're fighting the wrong fight, because that's out of your control. That's out of your purview. You can't like, for instance, that's like when somebody says I saw a guy says guys on the internet, you're not supposed to be paying federal income tax because USK code blah 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 says it. Don't pay it and see what happens. Don't just don't pay. You're right. The code may say that, but I guarantee them 3-letter words, even though we're getting rid of it, they're never getting rid of it because they need to keep us in check. The goal is to leave them alone, the top 1%, and keep us in track. So I says, you know what the flat companies are not? I guarantee they're not by Musk's house if he has one. They're not by Bezos. They're not by Zuckerberg's. They're not by. I can tell you where they're not at. You know how I know? Because every time one of these 800,000 plus people do something, or 13.6 million people do something, we can never fully find out the truth. Hell, Gene Hackman, we still don't know what the hell happened in his house, and that story is getting weirder and weirder to me every time. Why?
Yep.
There are absolutely no flock cameras by his house.
Cap.
Then why can't they find nobody? Hell, I give you one better. I don't know if y'all know about this guy. This guy who murdered who allegedly murdered all the kids at the Iowa and Musgrove, Iowa, whatever it is, in the middle of nowhere. Not one flock camera there, because in a bump in middleware, Iowa, right? But somehow through his cell phone, they think he was in the area. Watch this, and then they got it. The case is faulty at best. He had a mask on, and the girl said, "I can tell who he is through his eyebrows." What? Same thing they do with your boy Luigi, who it's like, oh,
My boy Luigi?
hey man,
Your boy.
My boy.
That's my boy Luigi.
Okay.
And I'm like, bro, you can't see him. If you can't see him, okay, you know what I mean? All I'm saying is the system is rigged against us, not everybody now. Us. The only thing they care, the only freedom that we have, and I'm putting this in air quotes for people on the pod, is where we spend our money. They can't stop us from doing that. So if we make the only real conscious decision that we do have is not to write our congressman who gives no flying flip cakes about this, because he's not going to change anything. But instead,
Over
you
to
make
school cameras.
well, but that's only for their personal interest, because they was getting
That's fine. We all benefit from that.
But but instead, you do this. Instead, you write him, or you become a voice for your community, and you say, well, we're not going to spend money with your donors. That's how you get to them. You find out who their donors are, if they are business, if they're whatever, and you say, okay, we're going to attack that. Because we can't necessarily get to you because you're too, and I'm powerful, I'm using that loosely. So watch this. People can't reach Elon, right? That's what they do. They tank the stock, they tank the cars, they start.
Set them on fire.
Yeah.
Because that helps.
It does help actually because it brings more attention to people saying, "Yeah."
Then they can go buy new ones and
No
keep
one, no one is buying them. That's the problem. You know how I know that's the problem? When you got a board member that comes out and say, you need to calm it down. Public, I didn't even know who his board was. I didn't even think he had one because the guy's so crazy. They said, "Hey, yo, we're gonna start making some changes if you don't calm this junk down because we're losing too much money." You see what I'm saying? I got friends that got Tesla stock and it's like, man, I think I need to sell because it's dropping so much. You said, now, granted, we all assume these things will go back up, but I'm saying the people have the power only to mess up the dollars. Nothing else. Nothing else. We can't change no laws. The idiots, the baboons up there are not.
The laws already exist. They're just not being followed.
They're,
Fourth Amendment covers flock cameras.
where? See, you about to drive me to drinking. There are no laws.
There's
There are
amendments.
No, I'm gonna tell you something like this, Jeremy. Before this season,
I'm enjoying this.
Oh, I know, because he might as well just be sitting right there using your microphone.
You know what? Me and you on the same boat. We high five. We're rolling together.
See, this is why
this.
I put y'all next to each other on the
And
show.
we both got on blue.
I'm
So,
enjoying this.
so that when y'all do this to each
anything.
other, when you do this to each other, it
Hey,
actually
let's
shows
see.
on camera. See,
Hey!
see, yeah, that's why I put y'all
I
next
don't
to
even
each
have to
other.
say
So,
anything. I can just sit here and be like,
yeah, because Trey's right on the money.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. I was with you. Remember at the beginning of the season, I was with you. So, oh, we got a Constitution. Until now, more recently, Donald Trump has made me a believer, and I learned some information that I told you this, and you know this. We talked about it a little bit on the show. If the Supreme Court say do this, it's just a freaking high level suggestion. That's all it freaking is. The only two people that really matter, two systems that matter, apparently, is the legislative branch, aka Congress, and the executive one. The other third one is just there for show at this point for me. If they're supposed to hold up the Constitution die with them then, because nobody has to listen to it. That is the key. The laws only matter if people hold them up. If you don't, they don't matter immediately. Give you a prime example. As parents, shout out to all my parents out there. If you tell your kids you're on punishment and you want to go in your room right now, they go to their room and 5 minutes later they come out and you watching TV and they say, and they sit down and they start watching TV with you and you don't say nothing. The punishment it doesn't matter.
Now, what if you do what I do?
What?
Like, prime example, last night, literally, Cosmo was supposed to be going to bed.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to bed, and I wanted to put on Paradise, which is TVMA, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so I go to put it on, and then all of a sudden he walks back out and just sits on the couch. And I just I hit back, and I hit back again, and then I went to like one of the kid profiles. Amanda's like, "What are you doing?" And she like walked in the room. She's like, "I thought we were," and I was like, "Hey, I guess Cosmo's just gonna sit out here and watch TV all night." Because he didn't say a word. He just came down and sat down and just plopped down and started looking at the TV. And I'm like, I guess this is what we're going to do. So I just wanted to call him on it to see. And then after I said that to her, he's like, I guess I'll go to bed.
Well, you did it your reverse psychology way. I definitely said, what are you doing down here? Take your beep, beep, beep upstairs. I'm trying to have some adult time.
Man.
But to your point, yeah, that's what happens. We, law-abiding citizens, respect the Constitution. We understand that those laws in place, whether how we feel about them or not. That just still ain't gonna go out there and kill nobody. He ain't gonna go out there and do something crazy because he understands there's still laws for people like us.
But the elites do. So that's the crazy
And do
thing.
they go to jail for it?
Nope.
Okay,
Nope.
then the laws don't apply to everybody. That's what we're saying.
Yeah.
The only reason those laws apply to us is because we allow them to.
It's because we don't have money.
Nobody-
so that they would actually.
Nope. I mean, everybody. So I don't want anybody to like. I'm letting you roll with this, but I don't want anybody absolutely thinking everything that you think I believe either. 'Cause I don't. There's some of this.
That's to say you got there and kill 1,000 people. You're okay.
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
No, but
I'm
some of this
joking.
I don't. Some
Oh,
of this
he
I don't
says
agree.
he's joking about that one. I got you.
Yeah. Some of this stuff,
Me, I'm out
some
to
of this I don't
Take
agree with.
people
Though.
down.
What something I said?
I mean, yeah, because I think the only reason that happens is because we allowed it to happen. We never fought against it. We never said anything. Yes, we understand that we've been programmed to believe this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I mean by that's these laws are effective because we allowed them to be. We've allowed ourselves to be programmed. So we don't have these rights because yes, they exist and they control us, but we allowed them to.
Question: the people who break, or I shouldn't say break the law, but the people who buck back at these laws, what happened to them?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
that's
what you mean.
so. I'm with you. You're right. We'll allow it, but we'll only allow it because the leaders, the people who started speaking out. Oh, heart attack. Missing.
Now,
Oh man.
Like we talk about stuff like this. I'd be scared to drive home. I was like, man, I tell you this every time I leave this house, because we ever start getting tracked. I love my life. I would never ever kill myself. I am in decent, top notch shape. I would not have no heart issues. Trust me. I can drive very well. Trust me. I've been asking for some stuff, but I'm like, for the most part, I'm a very good defensive driver. So if any of this stuff lines up, y'all need to beg for an investigation.
You got it, buddy. I
Yes.
will say, if that happens to me, it may have just been natural.
Hey, we're gonna beg.
But please beg anyway, just for fun.
Just to make sure, like,
Just for fun. Because if we can sue somebody, that would be great.
Is he missing a liver, a lung? But
kidney.
Right, there we go. But see, that's what I'm saying to you as well. It's like, I agree with
Both
you.
of them.
I agree. But I don't understand how Jeremy. I understand your dystopianism. That sounds so good. I can say that good, but I can't say a stupid word. Whatever.
I've said it so many times that
But I added the ism to it, and I said it perfectly.
when I first started watching
Oh.
Paradise, I thought, this is Geritopia. I think I even texted
Yeah,
that to you. I was like,
and I was like-
Geritopia.
I was like,
"This
keep
is great."
watching. But I just don't. I get your optimism about it.
Well, it's not just optimism. It's just the way it should be. Like, that's...
I don't
it-
disagree with you on
that's the
that's how
way
it
I
it
think we
should
all
be.
agree on that. Yeah.
I think that I don't disagree with you, and that's how it should be. That's exactly how it should be. I think I've said this on here before. You're right. That's how it should be, morally speaking, but it's not. And
Write
that-
your
and that's-
congressman. It
that
makes a
sucks.
difference.
Yeah. So what I would really like to do is
Put a
plant
sign in front of
seed.
your yard
It-
so it
it's-
gets stolen.
What I would really like is to plant a seed to let everybody know that think about how differently the world and reality in which everybody knows it could have been or could be if you could go back in time and make that change and say, when all this started and everybody was manipulated mentally and through words and feelings about, let me lead you and let me tell you what you need. Let me take care of you. Instead of giving it over then and just falling in line and being controlled, if you had stood up and took a voice then and said, how many of us, we're going to let them do that? We're going to give all of our power to them instead of all of us? Go back in time and just think about that.
Yeah.
That's what would make a difference. Not writing a congressman, not going to court to fight my ticket that they say, you can go to court and fight it and dispute it.
I always go to court.
Yeah. That kind of stuff doesn't work.
Well, let me tell you, I got a $800 and something speeding ticket reduced to $113.
Well, you shouldn't be speeding.
Going to court. Okay, it was speed trap. It was speed trap in a construction zone where it dropped from 55 to 45 to 35 within a quarter of a mile, and they had a team of police officers sitting at the 35 mark.
Mm.
And I'd fallen down a hill, and it probably wasn't all there, and I wasn't paying attention. I was still driving 55 when I hit the 35. Amanda's like, cop. I'm like, yeah, cool. I look down, 55. Cop. I'm like, yeah, cool. She's like, cop. And all of a sudden, whoop, whoop. I'm like, God.
Pull over that too fast.
Let me tell you, this place was a racket. They had a line out the courthouse down the road.
From that day?
From
that week or whatever?
Yeah. They had court like once or twice a week. And this was just one night.
So you get mad at the blue guys for doing their job?
Hey, I think that they should have better signage.
See,
But
this is
nice
what I'm
try.
saying.
Y'all are the one wearing blue. Okay, so
Y'all, I was just fixing to get done saying this is one of those things where I don't
Yeah.
agree with everything you're saying.
What do you mean? The blue guys are there to do their job. They're just giving out tickets.
They're also supposed to hold up the Constitution Did you know that?
You're not one of them, Jeremy.
Did you know that?
You're not one of them.
Hey, just saying.
The Constitution is not for you.
Again,
I'm sorry.
Constitution is built on a lie.
I know that the men in blue are supposed to be holding up the Constitution.
All right, I won't hold my breath on that one.
They take an oath.
You know, a lot of people take oaths. People take a vow and an oath before marriage for God, and they don't.
That doctor that isn't doing that surgery
There we go.
either
Take
took
an oath. Take an oath.
Yeah.
Nurses take an oath. Judges take an oath. All of them still do corrupt, evil stuff.
Sad. Just sad.
Pastors take an oath. And, and the Gateway pastor just got indicted on rape charges. So, Jeremy, I'm just trying to tell you, the problem is not nobody else but the top 1%. And they have somehow manipulated the world to believe that they're geniuses, and they got all the answers, and they can be trusted, be my savior. Meanwhile, the mass majority of the rest of us are looking like nothing they're doing is affecting us, but it's affecting us. You know what I mean? Like, we're not getting better, but the show do feel like we're getting worse.
Yeah, it's the energy being sucked off the planet.
I'm done.
I can feel it.
I'm done. I'm tapped. I don't know what you got with the energy and the pyramids, but you know what? I'm going to let you have it.
He didn't get it. He didn't get the message.
All he sees is beam me up, Scotty.
Beam me up.
That's all he sees.
I get this vision of like reverse lightning coming out of it.
We know.
You know?
We know. You're fascinated.
Captain's log.
But I'll say I agree with. I mean, that's the world is stacked for them.
5
It just
years
shouldn't be.
Where's America in 5 years? We got to answer the base question.
Taken over by AI.
You're not gonna
Done.
like. Yeah, you're
Taken
not
over by AI. What you got?
Honestly, in 5 years, I don't think we're going to be too far from where we are right now.
Cap.
Which
Cap,
is
cap.
where would you say we at right now?
I think that we're in the Matrix. Nah, I think that we're in a society that's slowly being more and more just given away and allowed to be controlled.
Okay.
And I think we're leaning toward getting worse, but in 5 years we're not going to be too far than we are right now.
What do you say, Trey? Answer your own question.
I think 5 years we're on the brink of civil war or some type of civil eruption. Like, I think somebody
Civil war between us or civil war between like a world war kind of deal?
I think if it's not world war, it's civil war amongst ourselves. I think somebody may get the balls to attack us.
I've heard some stuff. So
Yeah, I feel like that may be a thing that we actually have to defend our homeland, and or gets to a point where some things that need to be addressed don't get addressed. Fights.
yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
The reason I say what I said is because I think if I was to look back 5 years ago and ask myself the same thing, I think 5 years now is not light years ahead of where we were 5 years ago.
Right.
I don't see the same thing. Like where we're at right now, in 5 years, I don't think we're going to be like years ahead. Now, does that mean there's going to be wars in the world? Of course. There's wars in the world all the time. Is there going to be conflict in the world? Of course. Conflict in the world all the time. Is it going to be vastly different in 5 years than it is now? That's why I say no.
Interesting. I still think we're going to be taken over by AI. So
I do too, just not in 5 years.
I think if
all right. Well,
none of us are positive though. Nobody had no positive 5 years. No.
nope.
Well, that is how we do it on the No Name Podcast.
I don't know. Y'all stole my sparkle earlier, so my sparkle got stolen.
Good.
All right, whatever. I'm over here trying to write my congressman and
Put that out.
no,
Fight the right fights, Jeremy.
got no hope.
But
Well, I could stop buying stuff if I become Amish, as long as I can have air conditioning.
you can't have that.
I need air conditioning.
You have fans and an ice box.
I mean, if I can have a fan that's not manual, I'm okay with that.
They send somebody to the town every so often with a wagon to get stuff, so they buy stuff.
Yeah.
But it's
Probably like,
stuff like flour, I think, maybe.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
It's nothing from Walmart, I don't think.
No.
So,
No.
some of that delicious bleached flour, you know?
Yeah.
Yum. I think what they're doing is probably trading their sheds for stuff.
I don't know.
Oh, that's the other thing that would be hard to give up, my Milwaukee's. Golly, could I imagine life with a handsaw? Sounds
You're
terrible.
gonna get stronger.
Oh, man, that is true. Anyway, well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll talk to you next time.
Yeah, man. Remember, the truth's out there. Just read between the lines.
Like, subscribe, follow us. See you soon. Yeah.
I like that new tag.
Yeah.